Hello, everybody. Great to see you guys. It is your humble and benevolent leader and commissioner of the Side Titties League coming at you here with a little bit of an update. Okay. Yes, the regular fantasy season is over. It was great. Thank you again, everyone, for participating in this initial season. But not actually over. Okay. So now that we've drifted into the off season, there's a lot of new things that we get to do. Okay. Unlike the traditional regular standard fantasy league where you just have to deal with what's going on when the actual games are playing, here with Dynasty, there's a lot of activity that's going to be happening. Okay. So I want to get into it all just so you guys know what's going on. First, before I do, I just want to say thank you again. We had uh, Aaron and Mark and Dan Skinner and Alex, who all left from the last season. So we have some newcomers. Take some time if you want. Thank them, say hi, start getting trades going with them. So we have um, a new Daniel, a new Mark, and then also it's Justin's uncle. I forget his name. He'll be the third team, and a fourth person to be determined. Okay, so that'll be coming up here soon. Now, once we get everybody in and locked down, that's when I want to start opening up things again. So what we'll be doing here is starting from, let's say, next week, once everybody gets settled in and the new teams are going, I'll open up the trade opportunities for everybody. Okay. So during the off season, trades are going to be very key to start getting your team ready for when next season actually begins. Okay. So we have the NFL draft that'll be coming up late April, something like that, right? And so between now and before the draft, a lot of time to start maybe negotiating with other teams to try to finagle your way into different draft positions. If you're looking into someone trying to improve your team, now's the time to do it. Okay. And then after the NFL draft, I'm not sure yet. It's probably going to be maybe around May or June. We'll have our actual rookie draft. Okay. As a reminder, again, that is going to be a linear draft. Okay. Starting with Marty's team as the first pick. And I'll keep doing that same order each time for 4 total rounds. Of course, if there are trades that move draft picks around, that'll be taken into consideration. But otherwise, it's just a linear draft. Okay. And then after the our draft, the next thing to be aware of is that I'll be opening up the free agency pool. You guys might have noticed that right now free agents are unavailable. Can't touch them, can't pick them up, can't do anything. Okay. After our draft, that's when those guys will be opened back up again. Okay. So what I've been considering is having a unique um, free agent budget for the off season. That way, you guys can bid on adding players to your roster during this time, and then it'll reset when the normal our week one starts. Okay, that way we have separate budgets to play with. Not a for sure yet, but probably. Um, and then one other thing is about just making sure that oh yeah, the taxi squad, super important. Everybody, you've all seen that you guys have a taxi squad and it has not really been utilized for anybody. I want to make sure that you all aware of what it is again and the purpose of it. Okay. So the taxi squad is going to be used for rookies only. So when you draft the players that we will draft in our rookie draft, they should initially show in your taxi squad. Okay. And then even with the free agents, let's say there's a slew of rookies we don't draft in the draft. They will be added to the free agency pool. Okay, those players as well that are rookies only. When you pick them up in free agency, you can add those players as well to the taxi squad. Okay, the taxi squad is designed specifically to hold on to rookie players while they're developing. That way, you can take a second or third string guy and hold on to him until he's ready. But once you promote them from the taxi squad to your regular bench, they will never be able to go back to the taxi squad again. Okay. So keep that in mind. That way you can have an extended roster, be able to use these guys, hold on to them. Obviously, if you promote anybody from your taxi squad to your primary bench, you will have to have a space available for them. If you don't, you got to drop somebody. All right. So that's about that. Okay, guys. So remember, it's trade season during the off season. All right. Key takeaways that I want to recommend here. First, during the time prior from now until our actual draft is a great time to be trading draft picks. Okay. And then after our draft happens and we start building up into when the regular season starts beginning, trading is still going to happen. Okay. But that's probably a better time for when you guys want to actually trade players. Now, players for picks are always a great idea. I expect to see a lot of that this season, but just make sure that you use this time wisely to shop around, get what you want, position yourself correctly, and really analyze your team. Make sure if you're in a rebuild, do what you need to do to rebuild, get younger, get the old vets off your team, trade them to maybe a competing uh, team who could use that for a win now scenario, and then take advantage of getting their draft picks because of that. Other things like if you're, obviously if you don't feel like you're gonna win, try to angle yourself where you're getting younger. You get the early draft picks for next year, and then the following year with that draft, you can really take advantage of the next core group coming out. All right, guys, that's about it for now. Commissioner here signing off. It always is a pleasure. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about the settings, about anything about the league. One final note, Marty, I did look into it as far as the playoff schedule. He brought up a great point that I tried to actually put into the league, but it doesn't have the settings. Okay, so in real football, obviously, those that don't make the playoffs don't have a playoffs. Okay, and one thing that he brought up was the fact that for those that didn't make the playoffs, it puts people in particular jeopardies that already were at the bottom, technically getting what would have been a first round pick or the first pick in the next draft, having to go through a some sort of bracket chase. Okay, so the way it's set up, it's a losers bracket and losers continue on down, or it's a winners bracket and winners continue on. And really, no matter how you do it, you can angle yourself in ways to kind of um, fake getting different outcomes with that. And I don't like it. Okay. So next year and moving on forward, I have to still have a loser bracket playoff schedule. Has to do it. Settings won't let me do anything else. But whatever the rankings are from 12 to 7, you're locked. So I don't care what happens in the playoffs. Your order is not going to move just like it were be in the NFL. Okay. So enjoy the winning bracket, enjoy the losing bracket if you so want, but at least we'll know from now on moving forward, the bracket is locked, or that I will order the draft order for following subsequent years with the order of how you are ranked at the end of regular season, just like regular football. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. Looking forward to next year. Have fun. Take care, guys.